Alright, you guys, good morning. I am starting over again with my live. The first live that I did, I felt like it was just pointless and I didn't really have much to say. But as I got into the live, I have something to say. So, I wanted to start off on something a little bit different. There has been some things I have kind of been dabbling in recently. Some new kind of fun things for myself. So, there's something that I kind of came across, and this was a long time ago, probably like a month or two ago, and it's the laws of the universe, or laws of the universe. Okay, now if you guys have seen my video where I spoke about speaking into existence, this kind of falls into that. So to start the morning off, before I start my day, before you start your day, or if you're starting your day, I just wanted to kind of share these laws of the universe with you, and this is something that you can kind of take into your day, and they all kind of play hand in hand. So I thought it was interesting to kind of share with you guys something a little bit different, and just to kind of show you guys the stuff that I kind of like look at and research, and just being the geek that I am, not swing. So there is something called the laws of the universe. Now, so how has this played into my life, or how did I fall into this, or how did I come across this? So I'm really into tarot readings and things like that. Like, that's my secret little obsession. Don't tell nobody. I kind of watch tarot reading, and I think that they're pretty cool, and how, you know, everything is connected from the sun, moon, and rising, and I've always been into that. And I was watching the quietest revolution here on YouTube, and she was talking about the law of universe, and I believe she was talking about the law of universe. Yeah, I believe it was her that was talking about the law of universe, and that was like the first time that I actually like heard of it, and I kind of like Googled it and started to do a little bit more research of it, and I was like, what? Like, it's interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to share these laws with you guys and break them down, and then yeah, and that's just something to think about. You guys, if you guys have heard about the law of universe before, let me know. So let's start off with the law of divine oneness. Okay. So, the law of divine oneness is everything is connected to everything else. What we think, say, do, and believe will have a corresponding effect on others and the universe around us. So, that goes hand in hand with what I spoke about before. So, if you are speaking positively, you will get positivity back. If you are speaking negatively, you will get negativity back. So it's all about what you put out there, because everything is connected. So if you're, I don't want to say it's like a chain reaction, but, it's kind of like the energy you put out will come back to you in how you put it out. For example, like let's say, let's say this. Let's say, my mind does not want to work this morning. Coffee isn't doing it. All right, so let's say that, okay, you had a bad day. Maybe you're going through a divorce or something like that, and you just have this crappy ass attitude, like you're just horrible, right? And let's say you take it out on maybe the coffee person or the barista or whatever at Starbucks, okay? And let's say that now that you transferred on that energy onto somebody else, now that person has a bad day, or maybe like they feel bad, or maybe you made them cry or something. Like everything is connected. Whatever you do, it's going to stick onto others, and it's going to affect what comes to you. And yeah, so y'all get it, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Law of vibration. So law of vibration is everything in the universe moves, vibrates, and travels in circular patterns. The same principle of vibration in the physical world apply to our thoughts, feelings, desires, and wills in the etheric world. Each sound, thing, and even thought has its own vibration frequency unique unto itself. So same thing. Law of vibration is the same thing. What you put out there, your energy, your vibrations, physically, feelings, thought wise, You know, like, it all has its own vibration, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. Okay. The third law is a law of action. Must be employed in order for us to manifest things on earth. We must engage in action that support our thoughts, dreams, emotions, and words. And this one right here is one of the laws that I really am like, you got to put it into action. You can say like, okay, I want to open my own business, for example. I want to open my own business. I want to make more money. I want to be successful. But what are you doing action wise in order for you to, hey, Miss Divinely Purple girl, how you doing? I haven't watched your vlogs in a moment, girl. I need to watch your vlogs. But I know, side note, I was like, I haven't watched you in forever. But, so, like, what are you doing action-wise to support your thoughts and dreams and emotions and words? Because just say talk is cheap. You can talk all you want. You can say what you want. And if you're not making any steps towards what you want to do, then what's the point? What's the point? You're just speaking it. And like I said, you can speak it into existence. That has a lot of power. But action has way more power. You know, if you're saying it and you're walking it, then you're bringing it back to a full circle. It's not like half-assed. You know what I mean? Like, you're not half-stepping. All right? So, law of action, definitely, girl. Definitely law of action. You know, you want to make sure that you are not just saying it, but actually doing it, okay? So, the next law is going to be the law of correspondence. The universe law states that the principle of laws of physics, the universal law states that the principles or laws of physics that explain the physical world, energy, light, vibration, and motion, have their corresponding principles in the etheric or universe. As above, so below. Okay, so pretty much with that one, as above, so below. So it's like, I guess you could say mirroring. So I'm thinking that, like, there's always a mirror effect to anything, because as above, so below. So it's like mirroring, if you guys get that. I'm trying to figure out another way to explain that to you guys. Principle laws explain the physical world, energy, light, vibration, and motion are corresponding principles. That's what I take from it. I think it's just like mirroring one another. I know you guys see somebody said something. Hold on one second to let me see. Actions speak louder than words. You are right. That is true. Actions do speak louder than words, and people don't understand. Like, that's really, really important. All right, so the next law is law of cause and effect. Nothing happens by chance or outside of the universal law. Every action, including thought, has a reaction or coincidence. We reap what we sow. Say it again. You reap what you sow. I'm a firm believer, like, you can't do something horrible. Like, this is one thing. It's like somebody who murders somebody, right? Like, you go and you take somebody's life. How do you sleep at night? Like, how do you sleep at night? Because cause and effect. What you reap is what you sow, sweetheart. So if you murder somebody, or you steal from somebody, or you take from somebody, or you're just doing bad, like, you're gonna get that right back onto you. You know. So that's just kind of like common. That's just like, we all know the cause and effect. We all know how that goes. So yes, the mirror effect. Hence the mirror effect. That was the law of correspondence. Yes, girl. The vibration. So if you vibrate out goodness, you get goodness back. Law of correspondence. See? Mm-hmm. All right. So the next law is the law of attraction. Demonstrates how we create the things, events, and people that come into our lives. Our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions produce energies, which in turn attract like energies. Haha. Negative energies attract negative energies. Where am I? And positive energies attract positive energies. That's all we need to say. I don't even have to go into detail with that, because this is like everything I've been saying, or what I have been breaking down from the laws above, is that, you know, what your energy is really important. If you guys don't know, like, energy is really important. And sometimes I don't understand when it comes to meeting somebody and, like, they're just completely like, I've just like completely like emotionless, or they have an attitude, or they're just really like their energy is just not a good energy, you can feel that, and that kind of can have an effect on you. You know, sometimes you gotta protect your own energy, so that your own, you know, energy doesn't get tainted with the negativity. But you know, I feel like, especially as us being human and we are in tune with emotions and energies, like anything you put off can affect somebody else. If you were to smile at somebody and go, hey, good morning, how are you doing, and they're having a crappy day, just from you doing that, like that can brighten up their whole day. They can feel 10 times better just because you gave them a smile and you gave off good vibes and good energy. All right. Now, you do have some people who you can smile and do all that and they'll still be like, you know, they just got that deep rooted negativity. Okay. So the law of attraction is that's pretty like out there on the table. All right. The next law of perpetual transmutation of energy. That's an interesting one. Law of perpetual transmutation of energy. All right, let's break this one down. So all persons have within them the power to change the condition of their lives. Oh, what? Say it again. Higher vibrations consume and transform lower ones. Thus, each of us can change the energies in our lives by understanding the universal laws and applying the principle in such a way as to affect change. So I kind of want to zone in on that first line. All persons have within them the power to change the conditions of their lives. Soak that in for a moment. Now, I'm going to kind of branch off of that. A lot of times when you're talking to somebody, right, you may have a friend, a family member, and they complain about their lives. Oh, I don't have any money. I hate my job. I don't like my career. I can't get out of this relationship. Oh my gosh. You know, they're just always in that same circle of what they're talking about. And they never, like, they always just seem to be powerless in their condition, when really they have the power to change their condition. They have that opportunity. Everybody has a choice in life. You make a choice. Nobody is holding you back. Nobody is having you tied up to where you can't make a step forward. If you don't like something in life, you have the power to change it. Just know that, okay? You have the power to change the condition of your life, okay? And then it says higher vibrations consume this morning I am not supposed to be reading. Higher vibrations consume and transform lower ones. So I take that as this. If you are vibrating on a higher vibration, like let's say you're being more positive, like you're just like, I can do this, you're speaking it, you're taking actions, you're being more in a positive vibration, right? All that negativity, it just cancels it out. All that negativity below you cancels out. So if you are pushing for, if you're saying, you know what, I want to start my own business, I don't like where I'm at financially, I don't like my career, start planning out what you can do to step forward. Like, okay, I'm going to start to make a plan. I'm going to start to cut out certain people out my life. I'm going to start to make that step forward. That's going to overtake any of those negative vibrations below you. So you're going to be able to, you know, have that momentum to press forward. You get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? So just continue to press forward, and then that's going to help you to transform your life. All right? But I think you have to know from within that you have that power and that energy to do so. Because the moment that you start saying, oh, I don't like my job, oh, my financial is all messed up, oh, this, oh, that, that's not doing anything about it. That's just kind of welcoming in that negativity. Like, oh yeah, just bring it, just will it all in. Will it right into yourself. And then once those negative vibrations overpower that positive vibrations, oh yeah, you can't change your life because you have too much negativity overpowering your positivity. So that right there was another law that I actually feel like I actually like. That one just makes sense off the back. So let's move into the next law. The law of relativity. Relativity, okay? So each person will receive a series of problems, tests, and lessons. For the purpose of strengthening the light within each of these tests and lessons to be a challenge and remain connected to our hearts. When proceeding to solve the problems, the law also teaches us to compare our problems to other problems into its proper perspective. No matter how bad we perceive our situation to be, there is always someone who is in the worst position. It's all relatable. Now, the law of relativity. That one is another one that personally for me, I come across all the time. For example, I think there was something I was going through financially, right? And I didn't have like any money. My money was really tight, and I was sitting there, and I was on the bus coming home from work, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I felt like really shitty, like really crappy. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't like have a lot of money. And I'm sitting there, and I look up, and it's like probably 90 something degrees outside. And I look up, and I look out through the door, and there's a homeless guy sitting on the ground in the shade with like a little bottle of water, and the water is like not all the way full. And it hit me in my mind like, I'm going home. I had a home to live in. I have food in my house. I'm not on the streets in the hot weather. And I immediately snapped out of what I was feeling. Like, I immediately snapped out of what I was feeling. And then I started to think about to be more grateful for what you do have, because somebody always has it worse. You may complain about your job, or you don't want to get up and go to work, but at least you have a job to get up and go to. And when I saw that, and I kind of snapped out of that, it just really made me be appreciative that I do have a steady income. I'm coming from a job. I may not have what I need at that moment, but you know, who am I to sit up there and to complain about that when we have people out there that are suffering, you guys, like homeless, no food, 90 degree weather, and you're trying to sit in the shade with a little bottle of water. Like, it completely changed my mindset and just made me become more grateful. And also too, when it says each person will receive the series of problems and tests, and that is another thing in life. You're going to get things thrown your way in life. In life, you're going to get all types of problems. You're going to get all types of obstacles. Things are not going to go your way. You're going to have hard days. That's just life. And I always say that life is going to throw at you some shit. It's going to drag you through the grass, through the mud, up the hill, around the corner, and then it's going to drop you off for a little bit. Oh, you're going to have your moment where you're up in the sky, and then life is going to come and it's going to snatch your ass up again and take you through a whole another set of obstacles. And I feel like in life, if you don't take on obstacles with a strong mind, that shit will eat you alive. And you have to learn to strengthen yourself from within, and you have to learn to walk with faith and walk with strength. If you do not walk with that, and you do not have a positivity about you, all those hurdles that you go through in life are not going to build you. They're going to break you. So the law of relativity is really important. That's another one. And that's another one. Y'all, take on those obstacles in life and don't get broken, but become stronger for them. It's okay to cry. I'm not saying that you can't go through your feelings, because that is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go through your feelings. But within those feelings, or within how you're feeling, acknowledge that and make sure that you just keep in your mind that, okay, this is what the situation is. What can I do about it? It's not going to break me, but it's going to better me. And you step forward from that. All right. So let's move on to the next one. There's 3 more laws. So the next law is the law of polarity. Everything is on a continuum and has an opposite. We can suppress and transform undesirable thoughts by concentrating on the opposite pole. It is the law of mental vibrations. Now, this one's interesting to me. Law of polarity. We can suppress and transform undesirable thoughts by concentrating on the opposite pole. And I mean, same thing. I think these laws, they all go hand in hand, because law of polarity is like, just like I said from the law of relativity, right? You can feel really down. You can have a moment where things aren't going your way in life, and you can be crying. You can feel really sad, really defeated, right? But if you get your ass up and you concentrate on the law of polarity, which is concentrating on the opposite pole. So if you're concentrating on the positive note of it, like, okay, my life isn't going so good so far, things are going hellish for me right now, but I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to work. I may have $0.0 in my account, but I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna start working on my business. My business may have been in the ground. It's just not going the way that I want it to go. But we're going to have a positive morning. I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. and I'm going to sit down in front of my computer and plan and figure it out. So not staying down in the dirt about what's going on, but actually picking up and concentrating on the opposite side of it, which is having a positive note. On the positivity side, you can kind of suppress those desirable thoughts. So you can suppress those negative thoughts by being positive. And that's mental vibrations. Let's move on to the next one. This is a good way to start your morning, because this is even good for me this morning, where like reading these laws just put different things into you. Okay, so let's move into the next law. The next law is a law of rhythm. Everything vibrates and moves to a certain rhythm. These rhythms establish seasons, cycles, stages of development, and patterns. Each cycle reflects the regularity of God's universe. Masters know how to rise above the negative parts of the cycle by never getting too excited or allowing negative things to penetrate their consciousness. That last part. Remember beforehand when I told you you have to protect your own self, your own energy, right? So that last part stuck out to me, because it's saying that you have to rise above negative parts, and that's also including allowing negative things to penetrate their consciousness. So don't let negative energies, negative thoughts get in there and go to work. You don't do that. You don't do that, because that's the worst thing you can do. Once you start negative thinking, that shit is like a virus, yo. That it just gets in there and it can eat you away, and from there it just manifests. And if you don't stop it in its tracks, that can become really horrible. And I think that's where a lot of people get like depressed and things of that sort, is when you allow those negative things get in there and eat you alive. And they say everything vibrates and moves to a certain rhythm. So masters know how to rise above negative parts of a cycle by never getting too excited. So it says masters know how to rise above negative parts of a cycle by never getting too excited or allowing negative. So I guess you could say being humble. I want to say just being humble. Like just never being too, it says never being too excited. But everybody gets excited though. But maybe not being like over the top, like, yeah, I got that raise. What you gonna do? Like, I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm silly as hell. But maybe not ever getting like too over yourself. Like staying humble. You know what I'm saying? So that's the law of rhythm. Last law is a law of gender. The law of gender manifests in all things as masculine and feminine. It is the law that governs that we know as creations. The law of gender manifests in the animal kingdom as sex. That's common sense. Yeah, we all know that. This law, everything in nature is both male and female, both require the life to exist. And that's just common sense. Without a male and a woman coming together, you can't continue to keep life going. I mean, let's be honest. You know, you need a man and a woman, or a female and a male, that can be animals, whatever, to come together and to make a baby and to keep life rolling. So, I mean, that's just common sense. And that just kind of made me think real quick, because that can tie into something else. Or people will probably argue that and go, but I mean, that's common sense. I think across the board, you can look at that and go, hey, if it wasn't, let's say today, if women and men stop coming together and nobody wants to be with a man, nobody wants to be with a woman and reproduce, but no, now we have all that technology and stuff. They probably can make a baby in a lab somewhere, right? That's kind of, that's going into a different dive, but we're going to keep it at this, all right? So law and gender, you need a male, you need a female to create life and keep it going. Common sense, right? So, thinking about all these laws across the board, if you were to just think about all the laws, right? Put them all into a basket and shake them up and just put them all into one little bubble. The whole thing about the law of the universe is pretty much your vibration. So your thoughts, your words, your actions, and how they affect your life, the people around you, what you receive, what you get, what you put out. That's just the main thing. And I think this is a common sense. Like, I think this is a common sense law. I don't know. I think this is just common sense. To me, whatever you put out, you're going to get back. You know, whatever you say, you're going to get back. Like, how you think has an effect on you, has an effect on somebody else. It's just however you step throughout your day, whatever you do, everything you do, it circles around. So I think to start off your Thursday, if you're watching, or if you're rewinding this from the day from earlier, just keep in mind what you do on a day-to-day basis, how you do. When you wake up in the morning, what do you do? When you wake up in the morning, do you wake up in the morning complaining? Do you wake up in the morning, I don't want to go to work? Do you wake up in the morning with positive thoughts, positive attitude? And that's something that I've tried to practice, is that I get up in the morning, and before I reach on my phone, I try to just think about what I'm grateful for. And to, just really just make sure that when I'm stepping out of bed and into my day, I'm stepping out of my bed and into my day with positivity and starting off on a good foot. And whatever comes my way, negative throughout the day, I'm going to step right over it and I'm going to push forward. And I want anybody out there who is watching this, and maybe you're going through something that is rough in life. Trust me, we've all been there. I've been there. I still go through my own moments. Just keep in mind that you can get past that. You just have to continue to have a positive attitude. You have to continue to just press forward, all right? So on that note, I'm going to end this live here. And I just wanted to come and bring that to you guys this morning. Just a little bit of positivity for you. And just practicing just speaking goodness into your life, speaking goodness into existence, and just walking forward and being positive. All right, positivity is key. And yeah, so Miss Divinely Purple Girl, yes, press forward all the way, y'all. Get on there and just so yes, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Miss Divinely Purple Girl, thank you for tuning in. And I will see you guys in a later live. And my video for my bentonite clay hair mask went up. So if you haven't caught that, go ahead and check that out. And so yes, I'm going to start my day. It's now 10 o'clock, officially 10 o'clock. And I'm going to start my day. So you guys have a great one. Make sure to be positive, positive, positive. Take on the day and one step at a time. Positive energies. And I will talk to you guys in a later video. Bye. Woohoo!